Good morning. We're going live, but we got to wait for Instagram to go live, I think. Maybe. We are live. I just got a notification on my phone. There we go. All right. I think we're live in all places that matter.
All right. So that must mean Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Yep. All the places that matter.
Okay. And
yep, thumbs up. Nobody's on, so we can't tell it.
Oh,
thumbs
never
up.
mind.
This is 0 right now. I gotta add something. I did this last time. We gotta add Facebook because Facebook doesn't let us pre-schedule anymore. So we're just going to add Facebook right now. We learned that Saturday. So we're live on Instagram, but not Facebook yet.
So now are we everywhere now?
Yeah, see all the little checks?
Okay.
We're live everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Morning, TC. Good to see you. She's on YouTube. Can you tell how it shows the little icon that tells you where she was?
Tony's teaching me all about all the technological stuff. It's really cool.
So we're just going to wait a couple seconds before we say share because there's nobody watching besides TC. But thanks, TC, for joining us early on a Monday morning.
That's right. So maybe you could tell your friends.
And they tell their friends, and they tell their friends. So, good morning, Cindy. Thank you, a local friend. Awesome. Welcome.
Cindy, hello, and good morning, Cindy.
I think Cindy's been here at the shop more than I have this past.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sit and sew, clubs. Cindy is just all over the place.
So is she, but normally she's not, huh? Normally, I have to catch her by mistake, I think. And now we have Denise.
Good morning, Denise.
And Debbie.
And Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Debbie.
And
Cindy said, see you in a few.
And you're back. Okay.
We'll just have to give her a bed. We'll put a bed somewhere in the classroom for Cindy.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Sleeping in a quilt shop?
I've often thought it would be nice to own a quilt shop, so then and have my living quarters right on top, so that when I was sewing and I wanted fabric, I could just run down, and I wouldn't have to have 7 cupboards of fabric. I could have it all in the shop.
Yeah, it would be your stash would be the shop.
So Debbie, you're in Wisconsin. I was just going to ask where you are. Well, thanks for getting up and watching us this early in the morning, because I think it's pretty early for you.
Woohoo! Angelina says she got a notification. Awesome. Maybe that's the key. What happens is I can't pre-schedule for some reason on Facebook. Like I pre-schedule normally, or Joshua pre-schedules.
Hi, Josh.
I could buy the gym and move upstairs. There you go.
Yes.
And it wouldn't be so noisy in here.
Oh, wouldn't that be a blessing? That would be good.
But the mindset of knowing that you're that close to work is not necessarily a good mindset.
But you've got the ice cream place right down the block. You've got the
deli,
the deli across. You've got Adetta's or whatever.
Yeah, the bakery.
And if you really need it, there's a gym. But who wants that?
Not if you buy the gym.
That's true.
If you buy something, there won't be no gym.
Okay, Josh. So that's your job.
You could buy the gym.
Oh, I could buy the gym.
So you can live upstairs and come down and shop whenever you want.
Oh, yes. But if I bought the gym, then I couldn't buy the long arm that I really want. So
priorities, right?
That's right.
Good morning, Janice. Good to see you too this morning. So we keep looking down. We're supposed to be looking at the yellow ticket.
I know. But this is the first time I've been able to see who
comments.
Yeah, because Josh usually has it on his phone over here, so I can't see.
Good point.
I have no idea what's going on the video.
Yeah, we've got a new setup this morning. We're trying something new. We're gonna see how it works out.
Yeah,
and that's all we're gonna do. Trying to work it out. So welcome. It is Quilt Talk, episode 64.
Oh, good job keeping track of it.
I have to. Because I'll get back and you'll be like, what episode are we on? I'll be like, I don't know. So we've got to keep track of it. And as you can see, Josh is not here, but he is in spirit. He is joining us.
And he is online.
And I've got a list of stuff to talk about. Again, my sticky note is bigger than Josh's.
Oh my goodness!
I write out the whole thing.
Now I wonder why I'm here, because there's not going to be any time for me on there.
Oh, I'll make time. Oh my God! Start. Okay. So don't mind sharing and liking, please. We appreciate that. That kind of keeps the algorithms happy. and let's just start talking. And we've got lots of things going on.
Okay.
Always. And of course, most of this Josh doesn't know because I made it up. That's okay. So a couple things that what did we do this week? Oh, we had Tie Heart Club. That was fun, and we posted a video of everyone taking a picture with Josh mannequin. So if you come into the shop, Josh is missing seeing your wonderful face. Swing by the mannequin and take a picture with him. Do a selfie. I think it'll be so much fun. I think it's so much fun. Don't forget we have June Spectacular Jamboree. That's a mouthful.
Is that going on now?
It
Because
is.
it is June.
It is, and it's going on through the end of June.
So what are you doing this week for that?
Okay, so we all month long, 15% off of fall and Halloween fabric.
Mhm.
But this week, it's my week, so I'm going to demonstrate some rulers here in a second, and we're going to do a discount on those. But I'm also going to talk about some sew line. Maria's like, we have lots of this sew line stuff. Does anybody know we have it? I'm like, yeah, because I love this stuff, and that's why we have it. So we're going to do 15% off of all the sew line product we have in stock right now. Don't worry, Maria. I wrote all this down on a little sticky by the register so you can remember the rest of the week. Same with everybody else who works here. So I'm pulling a Josh. the last minute discount. So these are I love sew line. There's a couple reasons I like it. And if I say I like it and it's pink, I must really like it.
Are you not a pink person?
I am not a pink person. I'm a purple person. So
really?
Yeah,
that's why you and Josh get along so well.
Well, maybe. Maybe. I just I don't do pink. I appreciate pink. I never say I don't like it. I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, that's
how much of a pink fan. So you gotta appreciate pink. So we have wonderful glue line, sew line glue pen. This is awesome, especially because we do EPP a lot. And also this works great if you don't like to pin. You can use it in dabs and corners and match up your seams. And we also have refillables for it because it's easy to refill and you will use your glue.
And the other thing to know about this is if you're aware of glue sticks, I think everybody and their brother makes a glue stick, and they make different glue, and everybody's glue is a little bit different. And a lot of what the difference is in how long it takes the glue to dry. Some of it just seems like it takes forever, and some of it dries too fast. The sew line is like the perfect drying time.
Yeah, I agree. That's really cool. Good point. I thought that. The other couple of things we have, like we brought in a needle threader from Sew Line for our EPP club. Now this is a unique needle threader, and I encourage you to let me demonstrate it. I can't really demonstrate because it's really a tiny process to do with the cameras. But come in and I'll show you how it works. Because if you don't use it properly, you will bend the wire in it. Ask me how I know.
Just like a sewing machine.
But it's and once you learn, it's like, it's so much easier to use. So we have that. And then we also have a fabric pencil by Sew Line. And we have refills for that. It's gray. And even comes with a refill in there. It's kind of cool. And then my ultimate favorite marking tool, pen, whatever you want to call it. So it's a fine point felt tip style pen. It is water soluble. But it also comes with this eraser, which I had something in it. So if you mark your lines, you sew it, and if it still can see it, you take the little white pen and it erases it. It's like magic.
Oh, that's awesome. I've never used these before, and I just saw them for the first time recently, and I've been wondering about them. So thanks for showing them.
No problem. I use them all the time. So we have a lot of Sew Line products, and we have a couple other things I didn't bring over. Just know they're 15% off this week only. This week, that's one of my.
That's right.
Actually, it's a blue light special.
That's right. And just remember, Sew Line makes everything they make is just a great product.
And it's pink. So if you're a pink lover, it's perfect for you. You got to add it to your collection. So, all right. So we talked about the fall fabric.
And if you're not a pink person, and you get it, then you'll know you can find it on your sewing table when you've got all kinds of stuff all around.
That's all purple. That's a good point. All my stuff is purple, none except for that. That's pretty fun. I wonder if I could put purple tape all around it.
Yes, you could, but it would irritate your hand.
Yeah, and then the cap wouldn't fit properly. So never mind.
Kind of a waste of time.
All right, so let's see. I'm looking quickly at the comments. I love the quilt behind you. Oh yeah, Janice finished the quilt behind us. Thanks for saying something, Josh. This is poopers. It's the new line from Rachel. And it's got bats, cats, pumpkins, owls. It's really cool. She did a great job. And look, she did a stripe binding. It was great. So, and Debbie did the quilting on that. So you can come and see in person. Hey there, Bonnie. Cindy says Josh is looking over your shoulder.
I know. I just feel like somebody's behind me.
She already kind of jumped. I've done it too several times. Who else did? Somebody else did it this past weekend. Hey, Shar, good morning. Good morning, Tris. And Miss Linda. Good morning, everybody. So we're not watching it on our Facebook phone, so I don't know who pops on. Just like Josh will sit there and see who all pops on. So if I don't call your name out, I don't know you're watching. So say hello.
Well, Shar is there, so I'll say hi to Shar.
And Denise is there too. So, all right, what else we got? So, let me see. Do I want to do my? No, I'm gonna do my demo last. I'm gonna talk about some new things we got it. So basically, this live is we're gonna talk about some notions. So we talked about the sew line. We're gonna talk about rulers here in a second. Maria ordered these amazing new publications from Moda. We're gonna start bringing Moda in the fall. Pretty excited about that. She's got brunch on the docket and some other stuff. So
good.
I know it's gonna come in probably with our minkies. So minky. The first one is color basics for makers. So if you are struggling with trying to figure out what color works across the color wheel, this book is kind of neat. It's a great small reference book for practice and play. I like that, but it also shows you like what's complementary. So it shows you how it looks on the color wheel. It's a great tool to start with color. I think there's a lot of other tools out there too, but this again basic. So yeah, perfect one to start with. This one I think I'm gonna have to demonstrate on the table when I do the other rulers. We got a glow ruler in. Maria wanted to get it in, check it out. It's kind of cool. I'm just saying, it's really kind of cool. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Look at that. It glows. This is a 6-inch ruler. And you can turn it off, turn it on. This would be great with black fabric.
Yes, it would.
Black fabric, I think, or navy or something dark.
You know, and I hate to say this, but as we get older, our eyes get a little bit, you know, they're not quite as on target as they used to be. This really helps that you know, that issue a little bit. I'm sure that so much of what comes out these days in different notions and things that we use to quilt with, I'm sure a lot of it comes out because a lot of our quilters are getting older and they have needs. And so the needs are being met. So wear glasses and make sure you have lots of light. And I noticed with this, even if you have a lot of light, it still really helps you, see the fabric. Yeah. Now, the interesting thing, I know, and it's a growing product, there is a taller one, 12-inch by 6-inch. But so this one's 6-inch square. You know, I'll be honest, most of the stuff I do is 6.5. So you got to take it, be a good fussy cut tool, I guess. So they are growing it. They're building more rulers with it. But just this is a starting point. So if it's something that interests you, we have one of those in stock. That would be fun. They actually work on light fabric as well. We've tried it in Joann's class before. You didn't tell me that. I didn't know. Must have been when I was out of the room, or maybe I was watching over your shoulder, isn't it? Good morning, Louise. Becca says, "Love it. The use of the ruler." So we kind of talked about that on. We'll demonstrate here in a minute. What else we got? Okay, we got some more cool things. I've got lots of cool things. We have no new fabric this week. It's coming. You know, tulle is coming soon. So we've got this Quilt Genius graph paper pad. Now, one of the things I teach in my beginner classes, start with graph paper. There was a lot of talk about EQ8 on Saturday with our Die Hard Club, and it's coming. We're working on trying to get it to wholesale it and then do some one-on-one classes. Oh, good. But if you aren't computer savvy and you just want to visually see it and draw it out, this is a great place to start besides buying a graph paper book. This one has different, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there you go. This one's on point. It's got 3 different kinds. It's got 1/4-inch square, diagonal, and isometric. Say that word 5 times. Isometric. Think of your hexagons and your triangles. Ooh, there you go. So it's kind of cool. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then we also got a Quilt Genius Design Tool Kit.
Say that five
I
times
want to know
fast.
what's in there.
Me too. I want to open it up so bad. We only got 2 of these, so I'm not going to open it up. But it's got stencils. So it's got the pad of paper, like the graph papers, but it's got the shapes and the stencils for you to create very specific designs. So,
And it looks like different sizes too.
and then it's got these grid dots. So you can actually, if you want to take time and dot, 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 you can do that too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, clearly for those people who don't want to use a computer.
I'll stick to my computer. But there's some
But helpful.
yeah. So those are some new products we got coming that have come in. I'm going to talk about some sales specials because that's what we do here too. I posted. We have one 55 limited edition serger left for Baby Lock. It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Is that the green one?
Mm-hmm, it's the green
that
one.
is a pretty one.
And it has a fat quarter bundle that comes with it. And I posted a link to a video on how to serge a quilt using the fat quarter bundle. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay.
So the other thing we have going on, so we talked about last week about our chairs being on a super special deal. That deal's over. So now we have a new super special deal from Arrow. It's called $150 off the chairs. But here's the extra cool thing. There's a barcode. You know, we love our barcodes. We love entering in for free stuff. So if you come into the store, you notice I'm holding it way back. You can't scan it on your phone. If you come into the store, scan the barcode, you get a chance to win an entire sewing room of furniture.
Oh, wow.
You get the Kangaroo and Joey and the Kookaburra, which I love the Kookaburra. Kookaburra is basically the big gray craft table. But the Kangaroo and Joey are pretty nice. It's the one that has like a little detachable piece to it as well.
Yeah, so definitely if you're wanting to.
$4,200.
Wow.
98. $4,298 value.
Okay. So if you're thinking of remodeling your sewing room, you better enter that because remodeling your sewing room is expensive.
Yes, it is. And then the free shipping, I think I read on the thing. So just so you go, we are still selling things with Josh and I here. We've got lots of fun things to share. Okay, so I talked about the chair challenge, which is the chair challenge. That we got something special too. So just remember 15% off of all Halloween and fabric, 15% off of sew line. And I'm going to demonstrate here in a minute Jaybird's quilt rulers and patterns. So we're going to do 15% off of those just this week. But we're going to throw in a little funk here. Spicy. I got to liven it up. Maybe I shouldn't.
Okay.
Making my water in my new cup.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I can't wait. I'm on pins and needles.
Maybe. We're going to do code words.
Code words.
Code words.
Okay.
This week's code word is spectacular.
Okay.
And you're like, what the heck? What's that mean? You come into the register, pay with cash. You get a little cash ticket for the cash pig.
Mm-hmm.
You get an extra one, but you got to use the code word.
In order to get
An extra ticket.
Oh, an extra ticket.
That
Oh,
was fun.
yeah. Well, we're not going to let Sam take part in that.
Sam's back too today, so she might be able to do that. So just remember the code word for this week to get an extra ticket in the cash pig is spectacular.
Okay. But you have to pay with cash.
You have to pay with cash, yeah. You can't get a free ticket without paying for cash. But this allows you to have double the chances to win.
Okay.
So, okay. Wow, I went through everything. Did I go
You're
too
done?
fast? Yeah.
No, we have other stuff.
Okay.
You still have your
I do. I have my
demonstration.
demo. You want me to go first for my demo and then you?
Doesn't matter. I'm ready. You're
All right,
ready.
let's do the
Whatever.
demo. I'm sorry, just looking at all the comments now. We got love that paper, bestsellers. Yeah, Arrow is amazing. So we love Arrow. So I am going to the other thing you guys can't see is our table here, which I like. So I'm going to switch over camera here. You're going to see me pull a camera in front and we'll see how this works out.
So I'm really excited about this. I used to live about a mile away from the person who does that, from Julie Herman, who's the designer of all the Hex and More and all the Jaybird stuff. And she's just an awesome person. But I'm excited about this because in spite of the fact that I have all of these rulers, I don't know how to use any of them.
What? Really? That's interesting.
And I have a lot of these patterns.
So I too, I love Julie. I've worked with her several times when owned my other shop, and she's just awesome. They're so accommodating. It has nothing to do with camera.
Here we are.
It's all with the internet. I did this Saturday like at least 3 or 4 times. I
Mhm.
don't know why I did it again. Here I am having the freeze issue again, like Saturday. I know, Denise. I don't know what to tell you why it's doing that, but as you guys are you know well. If it happens, just hang on. Sometimes it kicks back in. So thank you for hanging out and coming back. It's been weird. So we don't know why it's doing this.
I think it's the heat.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it is. We just got a brand new internet, but it should still work better. So I am going to go over to this one now. Woohoo! Look, this is all the stuff that is on the other camera. So hopefully y'all can still hear me and see what we're going to talk about. If you missed what Joann was saying, she loves these tools, had them, all of them.
I love her patterns.
Yet she doesn't know how to use them.
And I don't have I do have all the rulers. I just don't know how to use them. So I'm excited about this.
So one of the things that we will be doing in the Tula Club coming in September, we're going to do a sew along with Nebula. So if you are curious how this works, join the Tula Club on the first Saturday of the month, and I'll tell you. I thought, well, this is important to kind of show and demonstrate some of these things. And if you are going to do the Nebula, you need both the Super Sidekick and the Hexamore. We're out of them right now, the Super Sidekick, but if you want, we can order you one. We have lots of Hexamores, and we have the smaller Sidekick. So I'm going to show you how to use the Hexamore because people ask that all the time. What's really good about Jaybird quilts is they come with color directions. I think that is so key. A lot of them are in black and white. These are color. It's visually appealing. And the other cool thing, her patterns are written the same way. That's why I love the patterns.
And so they're just so much easier to follow.
Right. And they're stronger paper. They're not like that black and white paper. So you can see, it's color coded and very easy to follow along. So when you're with the Hexamore ruler, there's lots of shapes you can make with it. You can do a hexagon, you can do a half hexagon, you can do triangles, and you can do what she calls jewels. This is what a jewel looks like. And here it tells you if you're going to make a 1-inch finished height triangle, you need to cut a 1.5-inch strip. That's what's really cool about these rulers. You're going to cut strips and work into it. So I've cut strips. So let's pull out some of my strips. We were talking about we need to press. I didn't press. I just cut. So we can be ready for show and tell. So this is a 4.5-inch strip, which will allow me to do a 4-inch triangle finished. Now, the first thing you see on my rulers is washi tape. I use washi tape a lot for just marking my ruler so I know which line to work with and visualize. And it's got a squared off point. There's no point there. So that point goes on the edge of your fabric. Thank you all. Now, I am left-handed, but I'm showing right-handed. So this is how it's actually shown in the directions as well. Because she actually wants you to flip it. So if you're left-handed, you're going to actually be cutting on the other side of the ruler. So she tells you to just cut and then flip the fabric. Because remember, if you're cutting with a ruler and you're right-handed, you always cut on the right side of the ruler. Now, I know people who don't, but I'm just saying that's the safety rule. You guys have no idea. I'm doing this like in between a camera too, so this is really multitasking.
She's awesome.
Just done it enough times. So you can see there's a cutoff point here. If you wanted to, you could easily take the point of your ruler and trim off those. It makes it easier for matching up the next triangle to it. So that's how we're going to cut a triangle. Now, the harder one is like, okay, so how do we do this? We do a hexagon. Well, let's pull out another 4.5-inch strip. And I did not put the tape where I wanted it, but as you can see, hopefully you can see, my hands are not like Maria's hands. She's got pretty nails. I do not. I don't like to paint my nails. So when we look at this, oh, there's a glare. Let's put this away. Oh, that's the glare of the light up there. Whale poops. Let me see if I can pull it down. Oh, there we go. So there's the 4-inch hexagon line and the bottom line so that you can tell the strip of the fabric fits in there nicely. So I'm going to slide it over. And we're going to cut. Oops, helps if I cut close. And again, in the directions, it says flip it. Now we have lines on this side to cut the 4.5 hexagon. And you need to be careful if you're going to be using the strip to get as much use of your fabric. You don't want to cut too far up this point. Why is it flexible? There we go. Up this point, otherwise you won't have usable fabric. So, and then you have your hexagon.
So now you're going to cut another hexagon the same size. How are you going to do that?
Flip it back. Again, pressing is important. Cindy, don't look at my fabric. It's not pressed. I just cut the strip so I could do a quick demonstration. And you're just going to rinse and repeat. Now, there is another trick that I do. I don't like flipping the fabric back and forth. I flip the ruler. Again, remember, I'm left-handed, so I can do both sides.
So do you find that when you flip the ruler over, it slides more?
No, because I don't put enough pressure on it to make it move. So
okay, nice.
Is that 8-inch? Yes. So Linda does make an 8-inch. It does make an 8-inch hexagon, and let me show you what that looks like. These are 8-inch hexagons. This is called Delight, and that's one of the patterns we have in the shop.
So to make the does it have what you need to make the filler?
These are triangles, so they're 4-inch triangles with 8-inch hexagons.
So is that this portion down here?
Correct. So one of the things about rulers is I like to buy rulers that have multiple purposes. I think that's so important because otherwise you'll just end up with things you never use.
Well, yes.
Like you. Well, you got to get you out there and use it now.
So anyway,
scraps.
So this has so with this you can make a 2.5, 4.5, 6.5, and 8.5 inch hexagon plus the filler triangles that go with them for the bottom here, which is really nice. Works well. And she has the smaller one. Is that this?
No, this is a sidekick. And these make they make the halves of triangles. They also make diamonds. But I didn't cut any fabric big enough for this piece, so I was just doing one ruler. If you want to see this ruler, you have to come and see me.
Okay, I have it at home.
Or come and see Joann.
I can figure it out. Now that you've shown me, I can figure it out.
Now this one's different. This is that we had the trunk show back in March. This is the Lazy Angle ruler. This is also by Jaybird and Lazy Girl Designs. They combined as a company. So this one is different though, angle-wise. It's a different size of triangle. So you cannot interchange these two. They're different.
Right.
And we have patterns for all these. Plus we also have the fussy cut pattern or fussy cut templates. Add some more. Yeah. Why'd you bring that too? I just didn't want to do it.
Okay.
That's a lot of stuff, yeah. Any questions?
Not for me. I'm all prepared now. I can go home and make these.
Josh says you live upstairs now because you bought the gym, so you can just borrow the tools from Joann.
That's right.
You just definitely.
You know, if I buy the place upstairs, we're gonna have to put a stairway that goes from upstairs to down here, so that
Inside?
so I don't have to go inside.
Elevator would be better.
Well, that would be good too. Absolutely, because you always have stuff to take up. But
Way up to stage. There we are. Now you guys can hear and see us. Don't know why.
Okay.
It just like completely booted us out.
weird.
It's because Josh isn't here.
That's right.
It's all his fault.
Mhm.
So that's my little spiel. You want to do your little spiel?
Okay, so today I was looking at Facebook. I hate getting caught up in Facebook, but recently I've been, I guess because it's hot and I don't want to do anything else, I've been looking at Facebook a lot. And I was reading this one thread that was talking about people who have given their quilt to somebody and they never get a thank you, or they go to the Goodwill and they see that quilt at a Goodwill, or
Really?
or you know, they go to the house and the dog's lying on it, or worse yet, it's in the dog crate making and you know, all these things are very hurtful. And you know, you know, the anger and the disappointment that people feel because they've gone through this and how hard it is. And I know for myself, I I remember making a quilt for my first great grandchild, and it was just the cutest quilt. I loved it. And I had this picture in my head of my great grandchild playing with this quilt. And it was 9 blocks, and each block was a dog. And the dogs were all looking in different directions. And the ears were actually not pieced into the quilt, they were kind of hanging from the quilt. And they all had kind of nice, soft things that you could feel on the back. And I just thought, you know, it wasn't just something to snuggle with, it was a toy. And I could just see my grandson playing with it. And when my daughter-in-law or granddaughter-in-law, you know, it's getting to the point where I don't know what they are. When it was one of the last presents to be opened, and she took it out of the bag, and she just looked at it and said, "Oh, another blanket," and put it back in the bag.
Oh my God.
And I was crushed. I don't know if that child ever saw that blanket. I've never heard or seen anything about it since then. And needless to say, they haven't gotten any more quilts. But it was, you know, it was.
Here.
We're here.
We're right here. We're not lost.
So anyway, it's a hurtful thing to have that happen. And so I thought a lot about that. And I happened to read something on determining whether a person is quilt worthy. Now, I don't want that to sound like a bad thing, like you're making a judgment about somebody. But the fact of the matter is, and one of the things that we lose track of, is not everybody loves quilts. You know, I know that we love quilts. We love the fabric. We love the color. We love the pattern that we've come up with. We love all of it. And when we're giving that to somebody, we're giving them a gift of love. But if they don't love quilts, they just don't get it. And, you know, it will end up as in the dog crate, or as something that that somebody doesn't appreciate. So I think that we need to develop a mindset that says, is this person going to appreciate the quilt that I've made? I had a friend who used to say, I don't know whether to give somebody a quilt or $300. And just, you know that they'll appreciate the $300 where they may not appreciate the quilt. And I think that's not a bad question to ask. Is that person going to really appreciate it? So some of the things that you can think about when you're getting ready to give somebody a quilt is do you know the person? Do you know that they're going to that it's something that they're going to like, that they're going to appreciate, that they're going to use, that's going to fit in their house. And one of the ways that you can determine that is, I know you want it to be a surprise. I know I always want it to be a surprise, but maybe we need to ask the person if they want a quilt, and if that would be something that they would enjoy. And then if they say, yes, I would love that, then try and gear that quilt towards their likes and dislikes. Like if you're really into making some very traditional applique quilt that's beautiful, and another quilter would look at it and really think, oh wow, that's just amazing. Whereas they may think, oh, that they may be more of a modern person and they like the modern stuff in their house, they're not going to appreciate that quilt. So taking the time to really look at who they are and the colors that they like and the designs that you see throughout their home gives you an opportunity to make a quilt that they will appreciate. And so, those are, I know that when I was last fall, I made my oldest son a quilt. And I had seen the steampunk fabric, and I knew that he was going to love that. And he's lived with me all of his life, so he appreciates quilts. He understands them, and he just became a new father. And I wanted him to have something for Christmas that was just for him, because I knew that his life was going to be overtaken by a baby. So I wanted him to have this just for himself. But I also know my son. So the whole time I'm making this quilt, which I thought was beautiful, it had Mariner stars in it and had big blocks where you could see the fabric, and it was just a really cool quilt. And but the whole time I'm making it, I'm reminding myself it's going to my son. My son is a little bit of a messy. He will love that quilt because it had Minky on the back, and I know he'll love it and use it. But I also know that it's going to spend a lot of time on the floor with two cats lying on it. So just, remembering those things so that I'm not expecting him to take care of this quilt in the same way that I would. And his wife will help that a little bit, but, left to his own devices, floor, cats. So anyway.
Love. Floor cats love. I mean,
floor cats love. What else?
He loves it.
And the other thing that you can always do, and I always tell people, if you're concerned about somebody liking a quilt, then you put Minky on the back.
That's a good idea, because then they'll love it no matter what.
Then they'll love it. So here's a quilt. I'm pretty sure I love this quilt, but I have a feeling it's a quilt only a mother will love. And it's very bright and very.
It's a Florida quilt.
It's a Florida quilt. So on the back is Minky, and the Minky is beautiful. It shows up the designs really pretty, and it just makes a wonderful blanket. And so just put Minky on the back, and 99% of the time, the person's going to love it.
I love that idea. Minky on the back of all quilts. You're on out.
That's right. Okay, so that's what I had to say.
Cool. That's a good one.
Have you had those experiences?
No, because I know who I give my quilts to, but I've heard a lot of people get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Goodwill, somebody found a quilt at Goodwill that they had created.
Wow. It was hurtful.
That is very hurtful.
And Jenny Jones said something that I thought was really good. She said, every quilt finds a home. It may not be the home you give it to, but
that's a good way to look at it.
That quilt that was in the Goodwill, somebody will come along and say, oh, wow, this is beautiful. I can't believe somebody gave this up, and it will find a home. Mm-hmm. And, and there's always the thing that once it leaves your hands, it's somebody else's, and you can't, let it go. You can't hold on to that quilt once it's past.
Well, like you say, the joy is in the journey. So if you're enjoying the process and you gave it and you enjoy that, then you let it go. Mm-hmm. It's very hard because we want recognition sometimes.
We want recognition, and we have I don't know about you, but I've poured my heart into some of those
Mhm.
quilts. They take a lot of time, and and they take a lot of money, they take a lot of time, they take a lot of thought, and all that goes into that quilt. But maybe it would have been better to give $300.
We always think that's cheaper, but really it's not. That's pretty funny. Well, thank you so much, Joanne, for your insight. That's a good insight. So, look, people were talking while we were talking. We don't know why the internet keeps popping up. Let's see who just kind of jumped in. Oh, that's right. He says you live upstairs now. Marilee, hello, how are you?
That's
And
why I make quilts for charity. That's right, because doesn't matter what the quilt looks like, somebody will love it.
enjoy it. Exactly. We should make one for each other, like purple and pink. Hey, Char, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. You get the pink though. I get the purple. And Josh will get into that writing. Great idea with the Minky. Let go and find love. Wow. Well, you guys are full of insight. Thank you so much for interacting. We appreciate that too.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think that's it for this week.
That's it.
You come back next week, right?
Yeah.
She has to think about it first.
Yeah, because I don't know what.
Oh,
I'm running dry.
No, you're not. We talked about some ideas, so we'll have some more ideas next week. So just remember, we have 15% off on fabric, fall and Halloween fabric. Or I get my notebooks out. Make sure I don't mess up anything. Don't forget, where's the scanning card? There it is. Come in and scan for a chance to win a entire sewing studio furniture set. 15% off all Jaybird quilts, patterns, and rulers, and 15% off all Soul Line products this week only. Oh, and don't forget the code word. You get code word, you get an extra cash pig ticket. What's the code word? You forgot already.
No, it's something to do with the October,
June
spectacular.
Spooktacular Jamboree. Oh my goodness.
I think for those of you who think you're going to forget that, maybe I'll write that down and put it underneath a table or something. And you can come in and I'll put it under this table. You come in and just keep, oh, that's right. That's what it is.
So, all right. Well, you guys have a great day. We'll be back Saturday morning at 9 o'clock and next week at 9 o'clock. And live to create.
Okay. And just remember, the joy is in the journey, but it may be just your joy, not somebody else's.
Every week. You just never know what's going to happen. See you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.